The person planning your downfall is closer than you think. They sit across from you at dinner, they laugh at your jokes, they ask how your day went, and all the while they're mentally cataloguing every weakness, every fear, every vulnerability, not to support you, but to destroy you. Right now, someone in your life might be wearing a mask so convincing that you'd never suspect what's really happening behind those friendly smiles. But here's what they don't know. Their mask is cracking, and if you know what to look for, you can see the darkness seeping through. Most people think they can spot an enemy. The jealous glances, the fake smiles, the half-hearted congratulations, these seem obvious enough. But what you're missing is far more sinister. What happens when jealousy doesn't just stay as jealousy? What happens when someone's envy transforms into something so dark, so calculated, that they don't just want what you have, they want you completely destroyed? The line between envy and dangerous intent is thinner than most people realize, and crossing it happens more often than you'd think. The same person who praises you to your face might be the exact person orchestrating your downfall behind closed doors. They've studied you, they've learned your weaknesses, and they're waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Here's the terrifying truth. You might be missing every single warning signal right now. These aren't just people who dislike you or feel threatened by your success. These are individuals who have crossed into genuinely dangerous territory. Their actions, their words, their energy, everything points to something far beyond basic jealousy. And by the time most people recognize what's happening, significant damage has already been done. Today, I'm going to reveal 5 warning signs that someone in your life has moved from simple envy to active malice. These aren't vague personality traits or minor annoyances. These are specific, recognizable patterns that indicate someone is actively working to harm you. And once you see these signs, you'll never look at certain relationships the same way again. You'll finally understand what's been hiding in plain sight all along. Before we dive into the warning signs, let's get something absolutely clear. We've all experienced jealousy. Maybe your friend landed that dream job you interviewed for, or someone bought the exact house you'd been saving for. You feel a little sting when you see their social media post. Maybe you even roll your eyes briefly. But then, you move on. You send that congratulations text, and you genuinely mean it, mostly. That's normal human emotion. Uncomfortable, but harmless. But there's a completely different beast lurking out there. People who don't just want your achievements, they want your entire life to crash and burn. And the most terrifying part? How easily one transforms into the other. The progression can be so gradual that by the time you notice something's wrong, you're already deep in their crosshairs. Regular jealousy manifests as trying to one-up you or making those little passive-aggressive comments about your successes. Nice car. Must be nice having rich parents, right? It's annoying. It stings a bit. But it's not dangerous. The deadly kind? These people don't just compete with you, they obsess over you. They don't just feel bad when you succeed, they feel genuine pleasure when you fail. Like disturbingly good. There's a light in their eyes when your life takes a downturn that shouldn't be there. Regular jealousy is about wanting what you have. This darker, more sinister thing is about wanting you to have nothing. The psychology behind this transformation is genuinely disturbing. These individuals usually start with normal envy, but then it festers. It's like jealousy on steroids that kept growing and mutating until it became something else entirely, something predatory. I once heard about someone who watched their longtime friend undergo this exact transformation. At first, it was just comments about their promotion. Then, suddenly, this friend was spreading elaborate stories to colleagues about how they'd slept their way to the top. Not just once, but creating detailed, fabricated narratives, complete with fake evidence and testimonials. The question everyone asked later was, why would someone dedicate that much time and energy to destroying another person? The answer? Because at that point, it wasn't about jealousy anymore. It was about destruction for its own sake. Why does understanding this difference matter? Because the first type just hurts your feelings temporarily. The second type can systematically destroy your life, your reputation, your relationships, and in extreme cases can even escalate to physical danger. This isn't dramatic exaggeration. This is reality, and it's happening more often than you think. The 5 signs I'm about to reveal aren't just interesting psychological insights. They're potentially life-saving warning signals that someone in your orbit has crossed from envy into active malice. Pay close attention, because the first sign is so subtle, so gradual, that most people don't even realize it's happening until they're completely isolated and vulnerable. Have you ever noticed how some people slowly, methodically push away everyone who cares about you? It starts so subtly you barely register it happening. That's exactly what they want, to isolate you before you even realize you're alone. Let me share a chilling example. Martha worked with a woman named Jen, who seemed like a close friend, until Martha received a significant promotion. At first, Jen appeared supportive, even celebrating with her. But then strange things started happening. Martha would make lunch plans with other colleagues, only to have them cancel at the last minute with vague excuses. She'd invite co-workers to happy hour, and no one would show up. She later discovered that Jen had been systematically telling everyone that Martha had been talking badly about them behind their backs. You know what Martha really said about your presentation? That it was embarrassing to watch, and you should probably look for another career. These words never came from Martha's mouth, but Jen spread them with convincing detail and emotional authenticity. By the time Martha realized what was happening, she was eating lunch alone every day, excluded from group chats, and viewed with suspicion by her entire department. This isn't random workplace drama. This is calculated, strategic isolation. These people don't just want you to feel bad. They want you completely alone and vulnerable, stripped of any support system that might protect you or help you recognize what's happening. Their tactics are sophisticated. They whisper rumors just specific enough to sound believable. Did you hear about what happened at Martha's last company? I probably shouldn't say, but they never provide concrete details, just enough innuendo to plant seeds of doubt. They twist your words when retelling stories to friends and family. Oh, Martha mentioned she couldn't come to your daughter's recital. I think she said something about it being a waste of time. Suddenly, your relationship with that person is damaged, and you have no idea why they're acting cold toward you. They create misunderstandings across your entire social circle, not just with one person, but systematically across everyone important to you. What distinguishes this from normal friendship conflicts? The pattern. Regular disagreements happen between two people and usually resolve naturally. This isolation campaign happens systematically across your entire social network, and it always intensifies after something good happens to you. They'll even manufacture evidence. You know, strange texts that seem out of character might actually be coming from them if they've gained access to your accounts. Private conversations suddenly become public knowledge. And then comments taken wildly out of context get spread around, all designed to make people question their trust in you. The truly terrifying aspect of this isolation is what comes after. Once you're cut off from your support system, you'll become an easy target. Without friends or family to notice something's wrong, without anyone to tell you this doesn't seem right, you're completely exposed to whatever they plan next. This isn't petty jealousy or mean girl behavior. This is someone methodically preparing to hurt you deeply while removing every safety net you might have. If you're noticing this pattern, if relationships that were once solid are mysteriously deteriorating, if people seem to have heard things about you that you never said, if you're increasingly alone despite your best efforts to maintain connections, pay attention. It's not just unfortunate social dynamics, it's the first warning sign of something much more sinister. Warning sign 2. Your success keeps meeting mysterious obstacles. In today's competitive world, we're all fighting for our piece of success. But what if someone is secretly slashing your tires on the road to achievement? You know that feeling when you're about to send that career-defining email and suddenly your computer crashes? Or when you're running late to a life-changing interview and mysteriously your car won't start? Most times it's genuinely just bad luck. But sometimes it's something far more calculated. Consider the recent tech industry story about a rising startup founder who discovered her business partner had been accidentally sending incorrect versions of their pitch deck to investors. By the time she caught on, 3 major funding opportunities had vanished. Just an honest mistake, right? That same partner later launched his own competing company with those exact same investors. These saboteurs don't play small. They target the things that matter most to you. Got a crucial presentation? Suddenly the files are corrupted, or the version that got shared was last month's draft with all the errors still in it. Important client meeting? They forgot to tell you it was rescheduled, or they accidentally gave you the wrong address. Dream job interview? Your professional reference mysteriously says they never received the call. Or worse, someone claiming to be your reference provides a terrible recommendation. What separates this from everyday mishaps is the pattern. These coincidences keep happening at your most critical moments, and strangely, this person is often nearby when things go wrong, sometimes even offering to help fix the problems they secretly created. The digital age has made this devastatingly easy. I've witnessed people have their work emails mysteriously forwarded to competitors, their professional reputations systematically smeared in industry groups, and their business relationships poisoned with false information shared through anonymous accounts. This isn't random bad luck. This is targeted, intentional destruction. Here's what makes it particularly insidious. Your entire career can be in someone else's hands if they gain access to your accounts or sensitive information. That's why documentation becomes crucial when you suspect sabotage is occurring. Screenshot everything. Back up important emails. Note witnesses who might have seen suspicious behavior. Create a paper trail that proves this pattern exists, because these saboteurs excel at one particular skill: gaslighting. You're being so dramatic, it was just a mistake. Why are you always so paranoid? They'll make you doubt your own perception of reality, make you feel like you're the problem for noticing the pattern. But trust your instincts. When the same person is somehow connected to multiple accidents that keep holding you back, when opportunities consistently slip through your fingers in ways that seem to involve this individual's fingerprints, you're not imagining things. You're experiencing warning sign 2, and it's only going to escalate unless you take action to protect yourself and your work. Warning sign 3. They've mapped your emotional landscape like a battlefield. Imagine, just for a moment, walking through life with someone secretly taking detailed notes on everything that hurts you. Every insecurity you mention in passing, every fear you express in those vulnerable moments, every painful memory you've shared, all of it being carefully catalogued and filed away for future use. This is exactly what happens with warning sign 3. When someone knows precisely where to strike to cause maximum pain, it's rarely by accident. It's by meticulous design. The true danger, honestly, lies in how they've mapped your entire emotional landscape. They know exactly which buttons to push to make you doubt yourself, which topics trigger your deepest anxieties, and which past traumas will leave you emotionally devastated if mentioned at just the right moment. These people, well, they study you like scientists conducting experiments. They probe with seemingly innocent questions designed to extract information. What happened with your dad? You never talk about him. Then they file away that painful family history for the perfect destructive moment later. They test your boundaries, pushing slightly further each time to see what they can get away with. A small betrayal of trust here, a minor violation of privacy there, all while carefully watching how you respond, measuring exactly how much you'll tolerate before fighting back. What distinguishes this from someone who simply knows you well? The intent. You see, a true friend knows your weaknesses to protect them, to help you avoid situations that might trigger past pain. But these people, well, they know your weaknesses specifically to exploit them at the moment of maximum impact. Remember that friend who somehow brought up your biggest insecurity during a group dinner, framing it as a funny story everyone could laugh at? Or the colleague who accidentally mentioned the project you failed at years ago during your big presentation in front of executives? These weren't random memories bubbling up. They were calculated attacks, precision strikes designed to humiliate and destabilize you at critical moments. The truly disturbing part is how they weaponize information you shared in confidence. That health issue you mentioned privately? Suddenly it's being referenced in subtle ways that undermine your credibility. That career mistake you made years ago? It's being whispered about to exactly the people who shouldn't hear it. Potential employers, romantic interests, professional contacts. This isn't normal human behavior. When someone catalogues your vulnerabilities while showing zero genuine empathy for your pain, when they seem almost fascinated by discovering the things that hurt you rather than concerned for your well-being, you're not dealing with a friend who knows you deeply. You're dealing with someone who's building a detailed blueprint for your destruction. What makes this sign so dangerous is that we often mistake it for intimacy. They really see me, we think. They understand me in ways others don't. But there's a universe of difference between someone seeing your vulnerability with compassion and someone studying it with cold calculation, like a predator memorizing the weaknesses of prey. Warning sign 4. They light up when you're suffering. Have you ever caught someone smiling when you shared bad news? Just a flash across their face before they quickly compose themselves into an expression of appropriate concern. That momentary slip reveals everything you need to know. When someone who supposedly cares about you can't hide their delight at your suffering, you've encountered warning sign 4. Their mask is beginning to crack. These people physically transform when hearing about your misfortunes. They'll perk up when you mention problems, their entire energy shifting. They become more engaged in the conversation, leaning forward, asking for details with an enthusiasm they never display when discussing positive events in your life. Oh no, your relationship is struggling? Tell me everything. What happened? How do you feel? What did they say? The questions come rapid fire, and if you pay attention, there's an unsettling eagerness behind them. I've witnessed people literally sit up straighter, their eyes widening, leaning into the conversation as if finally receiving something they've been craving. Sometimes they even create situations that cause you distress, just so they can watch you struggle. Suddenly, your confidential information is accidentally leaking to people who shouldn't have it. Strange conflicts emerge between you and others based on information only this person knew. And all the while, they stand back and observe the chaos they've orchestrated with barely concealed satisfaction. But this warning sign reaches its most alarming form when combined with warning sign 5, when their dark thoughts start escaping through jokes. Warning sign 5. Their jokes about your harm aren't really jokes. You know, if your brake lines ever failed on that mountain road you drive every day, no one would even find you for days. Followed by a laugh that doesn't quite reach their eyes. I was just joking. God, why are you so sensitive? Can't you take a joke? You know, these comments that sound like dark humor, but honestly feel like something else entirely. Well, they're not jokes. They're what you might call trial balloons, testing the waters, seeing how such thoughts are received while maintaining plausible deniability. It's important to pay close attention to patterns where harm to you is, repeatedly framed as humor. Normal friends don't regularly joke about your downfall or destruction. And healthy colleagues certainly don't make light time and again of you losing your job, your reputation, or your well-being. When someone repeatedly verbalizes scenarios involving your suffering, they're not just being edgy or, having a dark sense of humor. They're actually revealing thoughts that occupy their mind. Fantasies they've entertained about you experiencing pain or loss. What makes warning signs 4 and 5 so dangerous together is really how they reveal an escalating pattern. First comes the inappropriate pleasure in your pain. That's sign 4. Then come the verbalized fantasies about causing it, which is sign 5. This progression rarely reverses itself. Instead, it typically intensifies over time as their inhibitions weaken and, well, their true feelings become harder to disguise. All right, so you've now seen all 5 warning signs. First, there's systematic isolation, methodically cutting you off from your support system. Second, calculated sabotage, creating obstacles to your success at, just the most critical moments. Third, mapping vulnerabilities, cataloging your weaknesses for future exploitation. Fourth, there's joy in your suffering, taking inappropriate pleasure when you experience pain. And finally, harmful jokes, repeatedly verbalizing fantasies about your downfall. Recognizing these patterns isn't just, interesting psychological knowledge. It's potentially life-saving information. So, what now? First, trust your instincts. That uneasy feeling you get around certain people isn't paranoia. It's your subconscious picking up on danger. Signals your conscious mind might be dismissing as overthinking. When you spot multiple warning signs, it's time for decisive action. For casual relationships, create immediate distance. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting yourself. For closer relationships where cutting ties isn't immediately possible, family members, co-workers, shared friend groups, establish firm boundaries while building your exit strategy. So, it's really important to document everything concerning. Save texts, emails, and record dates and details of troubling interactions. This creates both clarity for yourself and, honestly, evidence if things escalate further and you need to involve HR, legal authorities, or mutual connections. Most importantly, rebuild your support network. These individuals target isolated victims for a reason. Reconnect with trusted friends and family, even those you may have drifted from during the isolation campaign. Your safety, both emotional and physical, is absolutely non-negotiable. After watching this video, returning to relationships displaying these warning signs isn't just unwise. It's choosing to put yourself in harm's way when you now know better. Remember, the difference between someone who's temporarily jealous and someone with truly dangerous intentions isn't always obvious at first glance, but it becomes crystal clear through their patterns of behavior over time. Now that your eyes are open, don't close them again. The person planning your downfall is counting on you to ignore what you're seeing, to dismiss your instincts, to rationalize away the warning signs. Don't give them that advantage. Your safety, your peace of mind, and your future depend on recognizing these patterns and taking action before it's too late. Because once someone has crossed from jealousy into active malice, they rarely cross back. They only go deeper into darkness, and they want to take you with them. Protect yourself, trust your instincts, and never ignore these 5 warning signs. Remember, you deserve relationships that build you up, not people who are secretly working to tear you down. Choose wisely.